Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. I'm coming to you today with a reading about good news that is coming your way. So I have 3 piles in front of me, but before we get into the pile selection, I do want to make an announcement that I have a tarot course for beginners that is starting next week. It's only 4 classes, and we're at a price point that I've never been able to actually offer to people before with my extended tarot courses. So join me with Tarot Week with the Esoteric Cross. The link is in the description below, and sign up now to get started on your tarot journey. So to pick your pile, I want you to imagine that there's this bright white light at the top of the universe. Breathe in and pull the light through your body with your breath and into the ground beneath you. And then move the light back up through your body and fill your heart center with this golden sphere of energy. Sit with this energy for a moment and think about the news and the progress that you're wanting to experience within life. And open your eyes, and the pile that you feel the most drawn to is going to be the pile for you. And I'll have the timestamps listed in the description below that will take you to your reading. Hey everybody that chose pile number 1, welcome to your reading. This is what you need to hear at this moment about the good news that has come in your way. The card that you've chosen was Venus in the 4th house, Venus within Cancer. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the book on this, and while I do this, while I'm finding the page, I want you to take this in for a second that this doesn't necessarily mean that you have Venus in Cancer or Venus in the 4th house, but it represents the energy of the good news that is coming your way. So birth can mean a lot of things. It can mean actual physical birth, but it can also mean giving birth to everything that you've been holding on to for a while, things that you've been wanting to manifest. So, and also the 4th house, I believe, has to do with home life. So let's go ahead and get into this. Venus, love, Cancer is nurturing and attachment. So it says, Venus-Cancer combination describes someone with deeply sensitive romantic feelings. People with this planet sign aspect need stability and security within relationships. Demonstrable shows of affection are essential to their well-being. They care for the loved ones and things around them and expect to be equally cherished in return. With Venus in the sign, the inevitable result of a perfect liaison would be to set up home and produce a family. The desire to feed, protect, and nurture a happy home of children is foremost with this card. This home will be comfortably cluttered, as possessions are kept and cared for in the same way as family. Venus-Cancer personality types are good entertainers in their own home, and having friends to visit is an important aspect of their home life. They spend time and care on making their environment look and feel aesthetically comfortable. The same goes for the garden, and the Venus-Cancer combination is an indication of quite good taste and manners of interior and exterior style. The negative side of this combination is that the person described can become overpoweringly smothering and possessive. When this card is drawn in a reading, it may indicate a birth or other addition into the family. It can also show a need to make contact with one's mother or more general family roots in order to discover the answer to the question asked. So some events that are associated with this card are the birth of a child, an adoption or increase in the family, celebration of an anniversary, or a reunion with childhood friends. Awesome. So definitely some changes coming in the home life. Additions to the family, and I don't know if it said this in there, I don't think it did, but even thinking about pets, just any kind of, even if it's like furry children, addition to the family. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull a few tarot cards. Let's see what we've got for you. What do we got for pile 1? The first thing that has jumped out is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands, I like to think of this as the card of magic in a lot of ways. This is stepping into some sort of position of power or understanding the spiritual energy that is within you. I think that there is like an active aspect of using it and using it to create a place of understanding within the self and being able to use it to be able to, the queen is the divine feminine. And we can relate this on the Kabbalistic tree of life to Binah, which is the great mother of creation. So if we have the queen in fire, which is the suit of the wands, this is representing some sort of cultivation within this area of creation, which makes a lot of sense as this is coming after your card of birth. So there's something that you're cultivating with this really strong energy because fire is potent. It's like that surge of energy that comes through you that needs to be grounded. And one of the emphasis, I think, with the suit of the wands is going to be action. So this is going to be spiritual energy within action. But with you guys, this is going to be creating something within the self that is really going to serve you moving forward. And as soon as I said moving forward, I pulled the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, that's so funny. That was my card this morning. So taking action out of a place of emotion and creativity. Water will be representing the subconscious mind, and knights are movement. So moving out of a place of care, it also action-oriented card. And if we can think about the energy of water and the unconscious, we have this little spark or a place of making sense of the images that come from the unconscious, which are in relation to things like tarot. It's really in relation to things like any kind of meditation or divination, ritual work. So ultimately, I guess what I'm trying to say with these couple of cards that we've drawn and in relation to birth, this is coming about. If you have something that you've been focusing on, it is coming into manifestation. The spark is, it's sparking. The fire is being lit, and it is movement and action. Things are coming for you. And it is some work on your part, but that is actually a really good thing. It's something that is lighting you up and making you feel really good. So that's really awesome. Now, we have another court card. Now we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands is starting out on an adventure. Usually when it's like an adventure or a journey when it comes to spirituality. So with the pyramids in the background, we have these spiritual heights that we're going to reach. We are moving, even kind of related to the Fool in the sense that there's this naivety, but that's okay. You might be taking steps in a direction and not 100% knowing where it's going to lead. And this is really good, and it's going to serve in your favor. So keep your youthfulness and your love for spirituality alive, the love for the vibrant energy that is running through you. You are having these insights for a reason. You are having these images that come to your mind about the future of your life for a reason. So take your time and sit with them, but equal to that, I want you to start taking action and moving in the direction, because you don't really know until things actually start unfolding. So I think that that's another word, a key word that goes with your pile number one is unfolding. The future is unfolding. The journey is unfolding. So just take steps and keep moving in that direction. But so far, this is something that is going to really light you up, and you're going to have more energy. So that's a part of this good news that is coming, is more energy. And going back to that fourth house energy within the home, whether this is within a marriage or having kids, additions to the family, you might be expanding things within your home, and your home life is increasingly getting better. But at the same time, it's not necessarily draining. It's also adding in to the energy of the home. Like, you have more energy to be able to maybe hold a job or balance a job in home life, or two jobs in home life, because I know some people are extremely busy. But there's this growth with specifically within the home, but the energy is still there. There is nothing heavy or too demanding here with these cards, so that's really exciting. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple oracle cards just to get further clarification or insights. And these are going to be the Tree of Life oracle cards. And I've pulled the 12th path, which is the magician, and it says magic, the divine mind, and intent. When it comes to Kabbalah, the magician is the path that runs between Kether and Binah. And what it is it is consciousness or divine consciousness starting to create form. Binah representing the divine feminine or the great mother of all creation, which was another card that we had with the Queen of Wands. And also birth, as we are growing something within our consciousness that is going to come out into creation. But the magician is going to be that potent life force energy that is coming into that place, stimulating it, giving it what it needs to move forward, which also makes a lot of sense as we have all these fire cards. So I want you to focus on your goals. I want you to focus on exactly what it is that you want, and don't let your mind veer off too far. Focus, attention, and awareness is going to be really, really big for you coming forward. And I have a feeling that a lot of things are going to go in your favor for being able to hold your attention and to hold that space within your consciousness. So I'm going to go ahead and pull another card and see what we've got for you, pile one. It says, these are not times for the weak of heart. And this is card number 40. So I don't know if 40 is a significant number for you, but I am going to pull the book on this. Let's see what it says. It says, these are not times for the weak of heart. Some circumstances ask us to really white knuckle through or pull those big grown-up bootstraps up. This is one of those times. So do not... Sometimes that's a tough message to hear because it's kind of like tough love. But there can be like rocky moments when it comes to expanding your life. That's a big part of expansion, is that sometimes it hurts a little bit to grow. And yeah, sometimes we do have to pick those bootstraps up and keep moving forward. And yes, with a lot of the action-oriented cards that we can see here in your reading, that can indicate that stimulative energy that needs to just keep pushing forward, to keep moving forward. It could also be that movement forward can help lead you to some sort of breakthrough and success. So that might just be a little key message for you to take in at the time, is to just keep going. Don't give up. That doesn't mean don't rest, but there are moments where we kind of have to persevere through some things in order to get to where it is that we want to go, or to get to clearer waters, even when things are really challenging. So I have another card here. These are magic symbols. You can work with them. It might have a message for you, so we'll see. It probably does, but a lot of times when I pull these cards, they're intended to be worked with, so you can draw them, put energy into them. I don't even know. I can't say it. But it says, a power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. So if you want to take a screenshot of this card, save this in your phone, just work with the symbol, put it in places that you see it often. You can draw it. You can do light working, ritual work with it. But this might be helpful for you to create a lucky event, or to keep luck on your side. Now, I have one last card to pull, and these are kind of like affirmation cards to cap off your reading. So let's see what we've got for you, pile number one. What affirmation? It says, I am actively healing. May I continue to accept the healing energy sent by the universe. I have a feeling that for a lot of you, this work that you're doing, especially within the home, is very healing, and it could have to do with some inner child stuff, maybe stuff about your home life when you were a child, and you actively working within your home life and in other areas of your life that might be related, things like marriage, kids, and also even in the community, events going outwards or connection to the mother. These are all things that I think can help us heal these things within ourselves. and help bridge gaps, especially in places of like loneliness. But anyway, I hope that this reading was helpful, insightful. If you were able to get something from this reading and it resonated with you, please leave a comment, a like, subscribe for more content. Also, know that I do offer private readings. You can check out the link in the description below. And I also have a course in tarot for beginners. It is 4 classes. It starts next week, so make sure to sign up now so you don't miss it. And I'm so excited to be offering that. I don't offer these beginner type courses too often, so please make sure to check that out if you're interested. And it'll be the Tarot Week with the Esoteric Cross. So I'm really excited for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Hey everybody that chose pile number 2, welcome to your reading. This is what you need to hear at this moment and the good news that's coming. But before I get started, I just want to say the video is sponsored by me. And I have this tarot course that's coming up next week. It starts on Tuesday, and it is for beginners. So if you are beginning reading tarot and you don't know where to start, this will be perfect for you. It's going to be 4 live classes with me, so it'll be like a tarot week with the Esoteric Cross. Check out the link in the description below if you are interested. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the reading. The card that you've chosen is called Originality. And this is represented by Mercury in Aquarius and the 11th house. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the book and we will get into this. This could mean that you have Mercury in Aquarius or the 11th house, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. What it is representing the energy of the good news that is coming, which is centering around originality. Mercury represents change. At least that's what this says in the book, but Mercury is much more than change. It is also communication, the mind, yes, and change and movement. And Aquarius is relating to principles and humanity. So it says, the thoughts of Mercury and Aquarius people are constantly open to new experiences and ways of seeing. Those with such revolutionary minds display an ability to be unbiased, truthful, and objective. They have little time for traditional, socially acceptable ideas that conflict with the facts or first-hand experience. The ability of such people to turn ideas on their head and see situations from a new angle produces flashes of inspiration and great originality. The Aquarian's freshness of thought owes a lot to the fact that little surprises him or her. People with this aspect teach well and learn well, but above all require good mental stimulation. The ability of Mercury in Aquarius to see ideas in the broadest terms leads to great interest in humanitarianism and an urge to seek a better life for all less fortunate people. Mercury Aquarians also display a constant interest in the innovative, especially new technology. That makes a lot of sense as Mercury rules the mind. And it is not unusual for them to have some ability in this field. A concern with scientific investigation is of paramount importance to this character type and leads Mercury Aquarians into unorthodox disciplines that would worry more conservative beings. The negative aspect of this combination is eccentricity taken to the extreme when ideas become so outlandish that there is no basis for communication. When this card is drawn, it demands that the questioner takes a lateral view and finds a new approach. So some events that are associated with this card and this energy, which are related to the things coming for you, is a new approach, an idea that necessitates drastic change, an unusual search result, a shock announcement, and intervention and innovation. Nice. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards to get some further clarification. But it definitely sounds like some big changes and a new approach, a new way of seeing things is really on its way. And probably has a lot to do with other people, as the 11th house has to do with a bit more of those macrocosmic energies. The first card I've drawn is the Ten of Pentacles. This is very positive as it indicates money. So everyone likes to hear that with money. Yeah, so Ten of Pentacles doesn't always have to represent money, by the way. It can represent really abundant health and also family life and growth within the home and environment, which was also kind of a theme for pile number one. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got Judgment. Makes a lot of sense because judgment is related to coming into a higher state of consciousness. And then we have the Death card. Okay, so let's take a second with this. The beginning. This is actually really positive. This is a beautiful reading because we have money, we have growth, sustainability, stability in general coming for you. This is the big good news that is coming. But at the same time, with the stability that's coming, we have judgment, which is raising up into a higher state of consciousness, further suggesting sustainability, as we have, again, a new approach, which was related to originality. So it's very possible that this originality approach, too, that you take can lead to things like invention, innovation, and changing the consciousness, changing the way that you look at the things in life and how you approach life just in general. And death. What does death mean? It's the death of the old self, the old life, and it's this change and transition. Change keeps coming up a lot. Transition into a new state of consciousness, into a new self and a new life. So that is the ultimate goal or end result of this great news that's coming, these great things, these blessings that are really coming up for you. It is a big change and transition. I mean, we have 2 major arcana cards and we have a 10, which is a completion. So there is a lot of energy around completing something and moving on to the next stage of something within your life. It can have to do with money. I mean, the 10 of Pentacles indicates money, but again, like I said, it could be home life and it could be health too. It could be turning a corner when it comes to health. All right, so I'm going to pull some of these oracle cards. And these are Tree of Life oracle cards. Let's see what we get for you. Pile number 2. We have Netzach, which means victory. This is sphere number 7 on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, and Netzach means victory. It says hope, love, and art. Netzach is also associated with the planet Venus. So we are talking about love. We're talking about beauty. Yes, Netzach means victory. So victory can be a thing here where we are coming out victorious. We are achieving the things that we want to achieve. It fulfills us emotionally because Netzach does have to do with emotions. It does have to do with art and artistic expression. It's very feelings based. So ultimately what is coming is related to your feelings. It can be love. It can be love for another person, but it can also be this victorious feeling of being celebrated or being surrounded by love or being able to bring love. And it's this sharing back and forth, maybe even when it has to do with love and beauty. All right, I'm going to pull another oracle card. All right. So this is what I have drawn, and it says, I am a citizen of the planet. This is card number 20. So not sure if 20 is a significant number for you, but I'm going to pull the book and see what this says. It's so funny when it says I'm a citizen of the planet. It makes me think too about what we just talked about with originality and the 11th house having to do with even humanitarianism. It is like that place even of innovation and invention for the good of all or the good of other people. And being a citizen of the planet is a really profound statement of being here within the planet of the whole, not just of the country or your state, county, or wherever it is that you live in, the neighborhood, being a part in that community, but the entire world. So anyway, this says, I'm a citizen of the planet. The value of jumping between the microcosmic details of life and the macrocosmic effects of the small choices that we make in life. Feeling connected to the myriad cultures and different approaches that other cultures outside of our own take, allowing this to serve as inspiration. So, being able to immerse the self in the energy of the entire planet and understanding there are so many different cultures and different expressions and walks of life, but also being inspired by them and understanding that even though another culture or another whole world is living there within this world and you are a part of this world, you can still find these similarities and just ways that these things can inspire you or different belief systems or ideas. I really love this card, and this reading is really, really awesome. It's really beautiful so far. Now, I'm going to pull another oracle card, but these are mostly for manifestation. So if you have something specific you want to manifest, you can work with these symbols. Let's see what symbol pops out for you. We've got the Philosopher's Stone. Now, the Philosopher's Stone is card 22. Could be a significant number. It is for me. It says powerful manifestation of wishes and goals. So, Philosopher's Stone has a couple things that I could say or touch on really quick. One is I look at the Philosopher's Stone as presence, being present, and that is kind of the key to life and immortality in a lot of ways. The Philosopher's Stone is related to immortality. Another thing to think about with the Philosopher's Stone is, we have a circle, which is representing spirit. We have a square, which represents form, and a triangle can represent manifestation. And even usually with sigils, we put a circle around all of it. And this, of course, just like the rest of these cards, we have a circle. It is kind of the repetition of the process of this being encapsulated again with spirit or within a larger whole. So that might be something to think about. But the symbol is something that you can draw, you can put energy into it, you can work with it within ritual work, put it in places that you see it often to help it, sink into the subconscious mind. But you've got the Philosopher's Stone, which is kind of like the key to turning base metals even into gold, which is a theme within alchemy. So how do you take something that is very basic and turn it into something that is radically abundant and can absolutely change your life? Something to think about. Now, I end every reading with some sort of affirmation, and let's see what affirmation we've got for you, Pal 2. So it says, I open a clear pathway for my energy to flow. May my energy flow toward manifesting my intentions. So open the channels for the energy to flow and flow it towards manifesting your intentions. I hope that this reading was helpful, insightful. If it resonated with you, please leave a like, comment, subscribe for more content. And also, like I said, if you want to get into the basics of tarot, sign up for my course in the basics of tarot. You can see that in the link in the description below, as well as a link to book a tarot reading with me. So if you want to book a tarot reading with me, check that out in the link in the description below. And I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Hey everybody that chose pile number 3, welcome to your reading, and let's just get right into it. You've picked card number 1. It's the Sun in Aries assertion, and this is not the first time that this has popped up in one of these readings here. Now, before I get into the interpretation of this and pulling the book, I just want to say that I am offering a course. This video is sponsored by me, and this course is in the beginning stages of learning tarot. So if you are just now starting to get into tarot, reading the cards, or you want to get the basics of tarot, check this course out. The link is in the description below. It starts on Tuesday. It's going to be 4 live classes next week, so it will be like a tarot week with the Esoteric Cross. I'm super excited to jump into it. Again, so if you are really excited too about that topic of tarot and getting into the basics, check out the link in the description and sign up before Tuesday. Now, the card you've chosen is 1. It is the sun in Aries, and it is labeled assertion. This could mean that you have your sun in Aries, or maybe the sun is in the first house. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. It can also just mean that this is the energy that is representing the good news that is coming for you. And the sun represents fortune, at least from what this book says, but the sun is kind of like the ego, or the main part of consciousness. It is like the conscious mind. It is also the source of consciousness as it pertains, to the solar system. So it's the source of life that gives life to the body, the source of light. Aries is representing the self-will. So, Sun and Aries people have a strong psychological drive to prove themselves through direct action. Not satisfied by just talking ideas through, they are impatient to get on with doing something about them. These impulsive qualities sometimes indicate the possibility of errors of judgment, but this personality type even finds getting out of a jam a fulfilling challenge. In fact, Sun Aries people come into their own when faced with a challenging project. Run-of-the-mill activities do not bring out the best talents of people with this planet sign combination. In finding themselves in this kind of situation, Sun Aries people do their utmost to bring about change. These personalities have a strong will and much vitality and self-awareness. This can be helpful if one is forced to take the lead when such qualities can find expression, but the person described by this card usually makes mistakes in acting immediately. Taking extra time and thought helps. When dealt in a reading, this card shows that the opinions and wishes of others do not easily sway the questioner and indicates a strong determination to maintain his or her own course in life. The card reveals that the inquirer has a clear vision of what he or she wants and knows how to achieve it. It also indicates the need to work harder and longer than most to achieve success and the respect of others. The danger when this card appears is one of acting on impulse. So here are some events associated with the card, which is also related to the good news that is coming your way. It is sudden acts, time requiring impulsive courage, an unexpected challenging situation, and a need for quick action or defense in one's position. Now, I know some of these qualities can seem a little negative, like acting on impulse and also having an unexpected challenging situation, but the result of persevering through these things are going to be they're going to be very beneficial. You're like learning lessons, developing resiliency, perseverance, and peace and courage, all of these things, assertion. These are all things that are being developed within you, and I feel like you're becoming a much more strong, assertive, and confident person, and that's the good news that is wanting to come through. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these tarot cards and see what we've got for you, pile number 3. The first thing I've pulled is the Chariot. Very, very action-oriented card. I love the Chariot because we're talking about movement. It also is ruled by Cancer, so we could think about moving the home. It could be actually moving to a new home or a new place, but it could also be movement within the home, things shifting and changing, and also balance. We see the balance of the masculine and feminine here with the Chariot, and it can also indicate needing to take some sort of action, and it also represents victory and self-will. It also represents self-will and motivation. Now, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which again is movement. So the Knight of Pentacles is movement, especially as it pertains to the home life. It's so funny. The home has come up, I think, in all 3 readings so far. But the home life, career, money, finances, the Knight of Pentacles is showing stable growth and stable movement. So it is slow. It doesn't mean that you're going to get everything that you want overnight or get everything in order and get everything peaceful and perfect overnight. But it does mean that it's going to be sustainable And this is going to be a slow moving progress that is, what's the word? Satisfactory. That is the thing that I think is coming up within your reading is satisfaction. Okay, the last tarot card that we have is the Hermit. So, very interesting. We have two major arcana cards, which will represent the power within your reading, how powerful this time is, and the good news is that's coming. The Hermit being, well, the Hermit can represent this withdrawal, I think, from other people in society. So, it's not necessarily about going out and making a bunch of friends and being the star and the center of attention. I mean, on the other hand, your first card is the Sun in Aries, which is very self assured, and the Sun being fortune. Also, fame. The Sun has to do with fame, shining your light out and being recognized for it. The Hermit is kind of the opposite of that. I mean, we even see him in the dark, and he does have a light. He has this lantern, which is lighting his way forward, which can also be a symbol for the sun and the planetary energies there. So we have that duality here, and it's perfectly balanced too, even by the Chariot, which shows that duality between maybe being internal and being external, masculine, feminine, all of that there, action oriented versus passive. Very interesting. So the Hermit coming out as the last tarot card is a big sign that this is an internal journey as well. And you are making huge progress when it comes to this internal journey and changing aspects of consciousness, as well as the external and taking action and movement forward and changing your reality and the things that are around you. It is a bit of both there. And the Hermit is also related to the Virgo energies, which is routine, structure, organization, analysis, focus on the details. These are all things that are associated here. So this is a part of the good news that I think is coming is the ability to set up some sort of routine and structure and to be able to hold on to it. And Virgo is also an earth sign, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is also earth, creating stability and structure when it comes to finances, the home life, the health of the body. All of those things are coming up. Very, very good, very exciting. Even though you know that it could be kind of a slow growth or a slow progress, this builds like compounding interest over time, and things get easier and easier and easier. And before you know it, you are at your goal, you are at your result, which is also very good. Now, I'm going to pull some of these oracle cards. The first one is going to be the Tree of Life Oracle. And I have pulled Chesed, which is the fourth sphere on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. It's associated with Jupiter. And this says abundance, gratitude, and big ideas. So, Chesed and Jupiter, with that growth and expansion, it is related to money, growth, finances. You can work with Chesed for finances. You can work with it to grow your finances. And Chesed being mercy, not only do we have abundance and growth and expansion, but gratitude, mercy, having mercy on the self and other people, being grateful for what we have, letting ourselves live in a place of expansion, but also by clearing out our energies and not being as severe. That is definitely something that is coming through. If you have, it also says big ideas. So the key part of that is you might have things that are just passing through your mind that are pretty big. You've got to start putting them into practice, into action, start doing something with them, start bringing these things into the material, into the physical reality. These ideas are coming to you for a reason because you have the capability or the mindset, the structure within your consciousness to be able to move forward with them. So that is definitely something to think about when you move forward. That's the good news that's coming, is that you have big ideas that are either within your mind already or are coming very, very soon. Another oracle card I'm going to go ahead and pull. Let's see what we've got for you, pile 3. I have pulled, it says Cosmic Tears, card 28. So I wonder if 28 is a number that you resonate with, if 28 is a significant number. It says, allowing ourselves to be influenced by the cosmic and celestial and fostering areas of study that can link us to the legacy of our past, as well as realizing what is possible as we move forward. I love how it says being influenced by the cosmic and celestial and fostering areas of study that can link us to the legacy of our past. Again, these ideas, these things, these insights that come to you, that come from the divine. And we've got to be able to follow them. They come to you for a reason. And following these things, following these intuitions, insights, big ideas, this leads us to this link to the divine and gets us closer and closer and closer to fulfilling what we need to fill within the material, but also aligning ourselves to a divine purpose. That way we're happy and fulfilled by doing this versus filling up an empty hole and then wondering why we're not happy. So I think that that's something that you might need to hear, pile 3. Now I have a magic symbol card that I'm going to pull, and I've pulled achievement. It says win the award, accolade, or contract. Very focused on goals, pile 3. I mean, we start with the sun in Aries, which is the go-getter, self-expression. It's go, go, go. And we have achievement. We have themes of fame and fortune, even here in this reading, balancing between two, even kind of like a divine gift or idea that's coming through. And we have achievement. So like winning something, actually achieving a goal. So this is really, really exciting. It says even accolade or contract. So keep your mind open for contracts. The symbol is powerful. You can work with it by drawing it, putting energy into it. You can work with it within ritual work. You can put this in places you see it often to help the symbol seek it to your subconscious mind. So if you want to screenshot this and work with a symbol, I highly recommend it. And I end every reading out with some sort of affirmation. Let's see what we've got for you, pile 3. Yours says, I am mindful of my growth. May I continue to evolve and feel the nurturing energy of the earth. Another earth-related card. Be mindful of your growth and continue to evolve. Again, another theme here, evolving, and feel the nurturing energy of the earth. Grounding might be something to think about in working with the element of earth. So I hope that this reading was helpful, positive, and productive. And if you resonated with it, please leave a comment, like, subscribe for more content. Also, remember that tarot course, it starts on Tuesday. So if you want to get the basics of tarot, make sure to sign up for it. The link is in the description below. If you want a private reading done by me, you can also check out another link in the description below for private readings. And I want to thank you all so much for watching and being a part of this channel and the growth of this channel. And I will catch you all next time.